Chapter 14. The sun streamed through the narrow dorm window, casting warm June light over the now nearly empty room. Azalea knelt beside her last open box, carefully folding a stack of T-shirts. "It feels so weird seeing it like this," she said softly. "Like, this was my whole world for the last 4 years, and now it's just empty." Declan leaned against the doorway, arms crossed. "It's not empty," he said gently. "It's full of memories, ours included." Azalea smiled at him, her eyes shimmering. "You're going to make me cry while I'm holding laundry." He walked over, wrapping his arms around her from behind. "Then cry after we get this packed up. I promised your mom I'd be useful today." Outside, a Honda Odyssey van pulled up. Azalea peeked through the blinds and sighed with relief. "Finally. My car wouldn't have handled all this, not with my mini-fridge." "Where are Jake and Max?" Declan asked as he grabbed a box. "Home," Azalea said, rolling her eyes. "They just get in the way. Probably wrestling over the TV remote right now." Declan chuckled. "At least they can't cause chaos here." They carried boxes down to the van, her parents greeting them warmly before pitching in. After the last load, Azalea stood in the doorway, holding her dorm keycard. She took a deep breath. "This is it," she whispered. Declan squeezed her hand. "Ready?" She nodded, handing the keycard to the RA at the desk. One chapter closed, another about to begin. The next day, Azalea busied herself unpacking at home, while Declan slipped away to his parents' house. In the living room, his mom looked at him expectantly. "You've been fidgeting since you walked in, Declan. What's going on?" Taking a deep breath, he pulled a small velvet box from his pocket and opened it. Inside sat a delicate engagement ring that glimmered in the afternoon light. "I'm going to ask Azalea to marry me," he said softly. His mom gasped, tears instantly springing to her eyes. "Oh, sweetheart, she's going to love it." She hugged him tightly. His dad smiled quietly, offering a firm handshake. "You've chosen well, son. Just make sure you have the words ready when the time comes." As his parents asked questions, flashbacks filled Declan's mind. He remembered secretly booking flights to Hawaii weeks earlier, searching jewelers until he found the perfect ring, and picking a proposal spot, a secluded cliff at sunset, overlooking the vast Pacific. Back in the present, Declan tucked the ring away again, heart racing. The plan was set. Now he just had to keep it secret. At a small cafe in downtown Halifax, Declan met Emily, Priya, and Liam. When he told them, Emily practically squealed, bouncing in her seat. "Oh my gosh, Declan, finally. This is going to be the most romantic thing ever." Priya reached across the table, squeezing his hand warmly. "She's going to say yes. You two are perfect together." Liam grinned. "Just don't let Jake and Max near the ring or they'll turn this into a circus." "Believe me," Declan said with a laugh, "they're the last to know." The group reminisced about the early days. Study sessions in the Killam library. Azalea nervously meeting them for the first time, and how far everything had come. "You've all graduated now," Priya said, smiling at Declan. "Azalea's the last one. This trip will be the perfect bridge to her next chapter." Later that evening, Declan stood nervously in Azalea's parents' living room. Her dad sat across from him, calm but curious. Declan cleared his throat. "Sir, I wanted to ask you something important. Azalea means everything to me. She's changed my life in ways I can't even put into words. I love her more than anything, and I want to spend the rest of my life making her happy." He held out the ring box, unopened. "I'd like your blessing to ask her to marry me." For a moment, Azalea's dad was silent, his expression unreadable. Then his eyes softened, glistening slightly. "You've already made her happier than I've ever seen her," he said quietly. "You have my blessing, Declan." Declan let out a shaky breath, relief washing over him. "Thank you, sir. I promise I'll always take care of her." 2 mornings later, Halifax Stanfield International Airport buzzed with travelers. The rich smell of fresh coffee drifted from a nearby Tim Hortons, blending with the faint tang of jet fuel that hung in the crisp morning air. Rolling suitcases clattered over the tiled floors as departure announcements echoed overhead. Air Canada Flight 155 to Vancouver now boarding at Gate 18. The PA system called out, the words ringing clearly through the terminal. Azalea practically bounced on her toes, her pink sandals tapping excitedly. "I can't believe we're actually doing this," she said, excitement shining in her eyes. "Hawaii, Declan, this feels like a dream." Declan smiled, hiding his nerves. "It's going to be perfect." Golden sunlight streamed through the massive glass windows, illuminating the crowd gathered to see them off. Jake and Max were quieter than usual, their voices still hoarse from cheering at graduation. They muttered teasing remarks at each other while helping with luggage, their usual chaos replaced by a surprisingly tender energy. Emily hugged Azalea tightly, whispering a final good luck, while Priya offered heartfelt well wishes. Liam clasped Declan's shoulder, giving him a firm, supportive handshake. Azalea's mom wiped away tears as she urged her daughter to take plenty of pictures and call home often. As they approached the gate, Declan glanced back at their families and friends, his heart full. Then he turned to Azalea, who squeezed his hand with a radiant smile. On board the Air Canada plane, Azalea leaned her head on his shoulder as the engines roared to life. Outside, the runway shimmered in the morning light, the Halifax skyline just visible in the distance. She was completely unaware of the ring tucked safely in his pocket, or the life-changing moment that awaited her. Declan gazed out the window, heart pounding. In just a few days, the girl who stole his heart would hold his future in her hands.